Welcome to the Eye of Us podcast, where three content creators come to discuss the various topics of life. Welcome, gentlemen, and the opening question for tonight's conversation is, if you could be any kitchen utensil, what would you be?
I'd probably say I'd be a spoon because it's my favorite utensil, and I know it doesn't have a lot of purposes, but I just like the shape of it.
Probably just be a knife because that's the coolest one, obviously. So,
Not true.
See, I like the multitask, so I'll be the good old-fashioned spork.
Okay. Why is that?
It's just multi-purpose, and it doesn't get as much credit as it should, and it's also one of the most innovative ideas in utensil history.
True. 'Cause it does have a lot of purposes because you can use it to like cut stuff up, but also scoop it up after.
Yeah, and I mean, it's kind of interesting because we've all heard of the spork. Honestly, the first time I ever used a spork was Taco Bell, and it appears to be the only fast food chain that uses the spork.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I don't know why, but I think it's just because like their bowls or whatever that they have isn't that usually what it comes with.
Yeah, I think it comes with that. Well, most of the time you just pick it up, but yeah, I think it comes with that. And it could be because obviously you have to scoop, and it's easier to have something that's multi-use. Because with this, actually, that makes sense. Like with a salad or something like that, you try to like stab like the cherry tomato.
Yeah.
Fork, so you scoop it up instead or something like that.
Yeah.
And then also you can obviously use it to cut. It's almost like a pizza cutter. You just kind of roll it over.
Yeah.
Rolling over the line.
So, what's your guys' thought about what Elon Musk is doing?
I think it's pretty cool.
I mean, he has it's amazing how he does all these different things. He obviously has the Boring Company, he has SpaceX, he has Tesla, and he's just like he's just diving right into all these different, completely different things. But he has one simple goal, and it's just innovation.
And, like, gaining us further in life.
Yeah. And I mean, I've seen stuff about, like, the new Teslas, and it's really interesting, some of the ideas they're coming up with.
Yeah.
And I mean, SpaceX, they are trying to really, they partnered with, like, NASA and stuff like that on all these projects, and also they're now trying to go to Mars and stuff like that, and you have Starlink. It's just amazing what they're doing, and honestly, just a couple years ago, we barely heard of any of these things, and it was just more recently where these things are starting to be heard, and now they're like, conversation started.
Yeah. No, I saw, last night, it said that the deployment of the Starlink satellites is confirmed.
Well, not all of them. There's going to be like 36,000 of them or something like that.
It says 60 Starlink satellites.
All right, yeah.
So that's a good amount, but nah, that's pretty cool. Like how he's just trying out different things.
Yeah, and I know we were chatting about this yesterday, but I was just like, imagine if there's so many of them that like you just see a grid across the sky, and like each one is like a text bubble, and you can just see all these text bubbles shooting across the sky, and you're just like,
yeah,
this person's gossiping about me.
That'd be cool. No, I'm kind of interested in what he's gonna like do over the next decade, probably.
Yeah.
And where our technology is gonna advance.
Yeah, people see that. It appears that Starlink, essentially, from what I understand, is that there's going to be 3 different altitudes of these satellites, and so like one will be a smaller radius but a stronger connection. The top one's the largest radius but may not have the strongest connection.
Yeah.
And part of that system is so that if one line kind of like parts of one line go down, it can go to that next one and start shooting the ones that are functioning to keep maintaining a connection somewhere.
Yeah. No, I kind of want to get a Tesla if I can afford it at some point.
Yeah.
But
that's I really want an electric car, not only because of obviously helping reduce the carbon footprint, stuff like that. But honestly, just because those cars actually just look really cool.
Yeah. No, I like the screen inside.
Yeah. Also, one thing I'd like to know is I like how Elon Musk is that guy. How like he's doing this serious innovation and he has so much fun with naming stuff.
Yeah.
Like the different Tesla models, it spells out sexy. And I'm trying to remember, I'm gonna try to look it up quickly. Just the different names of like stuff in SpaceX. Yeah, there's a just read the instructions is one. And there's just all these random names which are the most random things, but it's the purpose of them is serious, but I think he understands that part of it is advertising.
Yeah.
With having that, like these odd names and stuff like that, it really draws people to the brand because we love it. Like, I think I saw the other day, every 5 seconds, there's either a SpongeBob meme or SpongeBob is mentioned on social media.
Really?
Yeah, every 5 seconds.
What?
I can't even imagine that.
That'd be way too much SpongeBob for me in one stop.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel bad for people stuck in like the echo chamber of SpongeBob and just all their Instagram feed, just like most random SpongeBob.
Did you see the thing about the that Japanese billionaire? How he's gonna like pay people to go to the he's paying 8 members to go with him on the SpaceX moon flight.
Is it Jack Ma?
No, it's Yusaku Maezawa.
I don't know. Also, the one ship that I was looking for from SpaceX was called "Of Course I Still Love You." That's the one. Like we have touchdown on "Of Course I Still Love You."
No, it's kind of interesting how they're like using different names and stuff.
Yeah.
But
that's why I like.
He does
Elon
like what
Musk.
he
Kinda
wants.
just does whatever.
It's not like that, but I don't know how to explain it. Like he puts his own twist on things.
Yeah, he has his own sense of creativity that no one would ever think of before. Like, whenever you remember all the hate he got from when the Cybertruck came out for how it looked.
Oh yeah.
But the actual car is brilliant.
Yeah. Isn't it like meant to be like? Isn't that what they wanted to use for like military, like to replace military cars? I thought I saw something somewhere about that.
I don't know completely. It's supposed to be commercial, so maybe they'll have like special editions possibly in the future with some government contract, but at this time it's supposed to be just like a really durable and very strong.
Yeah. No, it's really cool.
Yeah, people at first they're like, I hate this. This is the stupid cars are not supposed to be just like straight edges and stuff like that. But then we're like, okay, I can get behind this. This is kind of cool.
Yeah. I still look back at that video when he was introducing it and he broke the window.
Yeah. These are like bulletproof windows or whatever it was. It was the ball and it just goes right through the window. And everyone was wondering if that was like just a complete advertising stunt to make it go viral, or if it was a serious screw up, which it probably was, but still, you can't help but think just a little bit that it was an advertising stunt.
Yeah. No, I definitely think it was a stunt. Or it was just, there's just some defects that they had to change.
I feel like this episode is going to end up being called like the Elon Musk fan club or something like that. One thing have you guys heard about Neuralink and looked into it at all?
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I've only seen like a couple of like news headlines about it.
Yeah, so I watched like their main launch and they did like a test on, I think it was 3 pigs or something like that. And the test, he just called it the 3 little pigs. And essentially what it is this little implant that they plan to have a fully automatic robot that can do it. And it's implanted and it transmits signals and stuff like that And apparently it'll be able to help like anxiety and depression and all these mental health issues and stuff like that, and mental illnesses. And
Yeah.
I don't remember the extent of what it can do, but it's going to be able to do some great work and help a lot of people.
No, and personally, I probably wouldn't get it just because it's like isn't it like a brain implant?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, not that I don't like trust them, but I just don't really want to do anything to mess up my brain. But no, for people that actually have like issues, I think it's like a great invention.
Also, the ones that I was looking for, the main ones that it says straight up when you look it up is Alzheimer's, dementia, and spinal cord injuries, which is pretty cool. And also, I understand your fears of it being that way, but if you think about it, this is like the first step in like humans truly becoming like a cyborg. Like obviously we've had prosthetic arms and stuff like that, but right now it's solving illnesses. But in the future, imagine being able to play music straight to your brain.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
And then like you could hook up a visual thing too, probably, since it's going through the brain. Your brain is obviously connected to your eyes as it interprets stuff.
Yeah.
Being able to send signals and stuff like that. And you could actually visualize like a screen. That would be really weird, but also really cool at the same time.
Yeah.
And honestly, we're still decades out from that, but it's still something. You just gotta be like, we were reading this as like science fiction, but now it could possibly be becoming real.
Yeah. Same with his the Hyperloop thing.
Oh yeah, the kind of I don't even know.
It's like a train. I'm pretty sure it's like a train, but it sends people in like pods at speeds of hundreds of miles per hour.
Yeah. A hover train, it just like shoots across. I think it's with like magnets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's people across. Just revolutionary travel methods.
Yeah.
And then of course you had the tunnels that I think that was a Boring Company thing. And they just and the elevators and stuff like that to lift up your cars to bring you to like a highway or something.
Yeah. No, one good thing in my opinion, if like everybody eventually gets like Teslas and or Cybertrucks, gas prices, don't have to worry about it. So it doesn't matter what the prices get to.
I mean, that's the thing though, is I would love to see an all electric car world, but I feel like there may be some points, at least for now, obviously. We have to get now. There's some points where a electric car can't go now that only a gas powered car can.
Yeah.
Like, range is still something that it's not the best in electric cars, but they're working on it.
No, yeah, that's why it's not many people have it, because it's still in the early stages of it.
Yeah.
But
here, actually, let me look up the new Tesla model, because I want to talk to you guys about that. So there's a
new one?
There's a new one coming out. Yeah, from the inside. So let me try to blow this image up so I can actually see it well. So it has like I don't even know how to describe the steering wheel even. So the steering wheel, so imagine the steering wheel, the top half completely cut off. Like not even like bars.
Oh, I know what you're saying. So it's like two
on the bottom.
Two curved edges kind of,
Yeah,
or
it's a U on it.
Oh, okay.
So it's a normal U, and you hold on to that and you are able to turn it.
Yeah.
And then it has a wireless charger. I think there's a screen in the back, and the only problem with the original rendering of the screen was it looked like the screen was down. You know how in most cars, you're sitting in the back in like a 5-seat car, you have that console right in between the driver and passenger seat. Apparently it's on like that. So I just can't imagine you're kind of like hunched over looking at it. But I mean, it's still in its early phases, and they might figure something out with that to make it easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine it being on like the back of the seats.
No.
I just couldn't imagine it on the like cup holder.
No, that'd be cool. Yeah.
I really so obviously people are like, you had the Industrial Revolution, innovation galore with machines like that. But you've probably heard this many times throughout your life. We are in another industrial revolution where all these cool things are coming out. There is so much innovation going on in the world right now. It's just amazing.
Yeah. No, I just like how I want more people like Elon Musk in this world.
Yeah. And honestly, it probably
Mhm.
started obviously with like Bill Gates and Steve Jobs, so Applesoft and Microsoft. When those came out and stuff like that, like commercializing computers,
Yeah.
that changed the game
Mhm.
because then innovation, I think that's like one of the key points, is that's when it sparked. Like obviously you had IMB, I think it is, or whatever that company,
Yeah.
IBM, I think that's what it is. And they had computers before, but now they commercialized it and it brought this whole new world. And then you had the internet come along. Boom. You just changed the world again, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think if we just keep like it's gonna take, obviously it's gonna take a little bit, but I think within the next decade or two we'll definitely have a lot more like
And
technology.
I think there are more Elon Musks along the way. Like maybe not as charismatic as he is, but I don't know if you're seeing like kids, like these are high school kids. They are like coming up with innovations during this pandemic to help save lives.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I saw one about a kid
Mhm.
who programmed a thing where like if you just click a button and it on your computer and it automatically calls 911 kind of.
Yeah, there's so much stuff that's going on. Like they're finding new ways to produce masks and medical equipment. And something I just saw today, this was pretty interesting. I can't think of how practical it truly is, but it was this Dutch scientist. I saw this on Twitter today, so you know it's true. But it was going through the news, obviously, about this guy. So what he did was he had a bunch of people come in, and they stood in this air-proof chamber, and just had them start screaming and singing. And at first you're just like, okay, so they're recording a new song. But apparently what they're doing is, so there's a bunch of filters in there, and they'll scan all the filters for COVID. So that's how there'll be a new way of testing it, because obviously when you are singing and screaming, air and particles come out.
Yeah,
So they're wondering if that could work.
that'd be cool.
I mean, just imagine. All right, guys, we got to go to school. All right, get in the chamber. Ah! All right, so we've talked a lot about physical innovation, especially regarding Elon Musk, because he's pretty cool. But now I want to kind of switch over to digital innovation. And I believe you had something to say. One of you guys had something to say about that you've been kind of looking into.
Yeah, so I had a research project that I had to do for one of my classes, and it was about how Facebook did better than MySpace. And I found it interesting how Facebook came from nothing, like not from nothing, but it started off very small, and MySpace kind of was always popular, and Facebook just went a step further and decided, hey, maybe we can grow more if we stay up to date with everything that's going on in the world. And I really think that that's just why Facebook did better than MySpace. But it kind of switched from like older technology, and now it's like newer, and it was advancing over the years. But
All right. I mean, yeah, that's definitely. It's interesting to think about because I'm trying to remember. I'm thinking back to Mark Zuckerberg. I believe he was at Harvard, and essentially he came up with this idea of a platform for like fraternities at the school to hang out and share stuff. And I believe where Facebook originally came from. Now, MySpace, I don't know too much about that obviously because it's kind of forgotten.
yeah,
But I believe it was kind of like a blogish kind of thing, which Facebook's kind of like. And I would actually have to really look into MySpace because I don't know too much about it.
here, wait, hold on, I can pull it up. I had like information about it.
Here, right. So yeah, and I mean obviously because times change stuff like that. But okay, so MySpace, yeah, it was more of kind of a blog thing. This one looked like a person was sharing stuff about their music taste and stuff like that. Yeah, this is pretty interesting. Yeah, you can put whatever you like. Different. It looks like a MySpace music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Here, wait, hold on.
All right.
Here, let me pull it up real quick.
I mean, the first thing that I'm seeing which could probably be a big thing, is that there is the user interface. Just the amount of buttons on a page and stuff like that is just outrageous. Because like here, so you have like a top hotbar and it has like my account, sign out, home, mail, profile, friends, music, video, games, more. And then you get to the actual profile. Here's 8 different ways to contact this person. Here's how you play some music. This is some information. And it's just not right.
Yeah.
And obviously, we are used to this more compact social media platforms, how everything's in a drop down. Like on Instagram, you go in and you see like 6 buttons. Well, they've been upping it up for some reason. Like you have the post, and they changed that even. Now, it's not called the post button anymore. I think it's called the share button. You click on that, and it has you can put something on your story. You can put something on Reels. You can put a post. You can put a video. You can do this and that. And then you have your profile, you have Discover, you have Home, and then your feed, like your like feed and profile feed.
No, I like how like Instagram and stuff, they added like you can buy stuff on Instagram now. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, the Instagram shopping thing. I haven't been able to look too much into that, but I think it's an interesting concept because like Facebook. It's not like typical Facebook. It's Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
And this on Instagram, you can literally share a post. This is from what I understand. You can share a post and tag like the items in there that you're selling, and that's how you kind of sell stuff.
Yeah.
But I also like one thing. I'll give MySpace this: the customization options you had on MySpace. I think that's better than any other platform probably right now, like the key platform.
Yeah.
Because you could change color schemes, you can have like cool photos everywhere, you could set up your feed however you wanted it.
Yeah.
And truly reflect your personality. Nowadays it's like, here's my profile picture, and if you're on like Twitter or something, here's my banner, and then here's my post. Hope you enjoy.
I've never like even looked at MySpace.
I haven't either. It just yeah, it says so. I guess MySpace was just known as like a buggy application, and they didn't really have a lot of interesting features to kind of bring people in. They had to have an investigation on them because it wasn't kid friendly, and in 2009 they resigned a lot of their employees because it just was losing interest. Like there was less and less users.
Yeah, they were top from 2005 to 2008.
Yeah.
And then it went down from there, but then they also sold it to Time Inc.
Oh, it said, for me it said in 2005 Newscribe bought MySpace.
Let's see, who owns MySpace? It shows T.I. Gotham and Time.
Okay, maybe they changed their name.
Okay, so what is Time Inc.? I kind of want to know who they are now. An American worldwide mass media corporation.
Nice. No, one of the things I found funny about this when I was researching it, so MySpace was like so desperate and they kept trying to like redesign it. They had Justin Timberlake pitch ideas to them, which didn't end up working at all. Like, that's how down bad they were.
Oh, okay. Time Inc. Okay, so they have like Time Warner. That makes sense.
Wait, is it like Time Magazine?
No, it's a different.
Okay.
Different time. These are different times, dude. Time Magazine, though. Wow, I haven't seen that in a while.
I know, because I think just all these new like fashion magazines are just kind of taking over.
That's one thing, though. That's one thing. Is like the physical media platforms, like magazines and stuff like that. They're interesting how they're going. Because newspapers, I don't know if you heard, but there's like a huge problem with them. Like they're kind of going down, obviously. And I think a big factor of that is social media platforms like Twitter, because that's where most news platforms go now. They're like, all right, well, we'll run something on here. And if you want more information, you can go to our website. But I'll just give you the headline for now on this platform.
Yeah.
I personally, I don't know about you guys, but whenever the newspaper comes, I still kind of read it. It feels weird now because we're so used to the digital platforms, seeing these physical.
Because we get like news every day instead of every Sunday. But
and I feel bad though because the news industry and newspapers is truly a beautiful industry, but now that's kind of being taken away.
It's just so much more simpler, kind of.
Yeah, it's simple. It's classic. And that's one thing is like, it's part of that historical thing. We got to kind of keep that history going.
Yeah, because that's kind of like one of the little things that's still like alive, I guess. Like, because a lot of things are like shutting down because like technology keeps advancing, but like newspapers been around forever.
Yeah, because I mean, like the light bulb. Obviously, that's in everyday life. We would never get rid of that essentially. But like. Paper. Like you had in the 1700s, Alexander Hamilton started the New York Post, and that's still around today.
Wait, that was Alexander Hamilton?
Yeah, he did the New York Post. He did the New York Post, and he also created the Coast Guard.
Oh.
But Thomas Jefferson, he invented the swivel chair.
That's so pretty cool. I find that really interesting. So, speaking of media, I really find it interesting how kids are like today are using their resources to build a platform on certain things, like if it's making music, if it's creating videos, just by doing things in their everyday lives, like gaming. They have fun gaming. Why don't I stream and people will maybe enjoy watching me play games? And that's like 2-in-1 kind of.
So kind of just taking charge on the platforms they're able to create. And
or like, and I like how kids can watch bigger influencers and get inspiration by them.
That's a interesting topic. I mean, when you think about it, so like obviously TikTok, that soared over the past year. You have that person Charlie, and so I don't even know how many
she has.
Followers,
let me check real quick. Pretty sure. Well, she had 100 mil.
Okay, so it doesn't. So around 100 million. Okay, you have 100 million people. That's a little less than 1/3 the population of America.
Yeah.
And so you have that many people around the world
watching your videos.
They're watching your content because they find something in it. But now you can take that, and if you like, obviously Dunkin' Donuts, like she has that sponsorship with them. She posts something about there. Obviously, people are gonna be like, "Whoa, she likes it. I'm gonna go get some Dunkin' Donuts right now." 'Cause, glazed donuts are my thing, and so it's weird to think about how these people, they're average people. They start off average, and then they build this platform. They become like superstars, and they inspire others to kind of repeat the process. So each person becomes their own influencer. And that's what's weird is so you are your own greatest influencer. But so you look up to these people, they teach you, they inspire you, you go for it. And so then if one person jumps on an idea, like let's say something's going on in the world, one person reports that issue.
Then everybody starts following along with it. And that's why that's why I like how some influencers talk about like their not being responsible necessarily, but they're making a good impact on the kids that are watching them by showing how they should take action in world problems.
See, and that's the thing though, and it doesn't even have to be necessarily like world problem. It's typical issues too, like positive mental health, following your passion and your creativity, using your talents,
not giving up and stuff.
Because like you see all these people on social media, like they do like acting and stuff like that. They do all these cool voice acting things, and you're just like, wow, that's actually really creative. And then you think about, well, what am I good at? And then you produce content about that, and it kind of just carries
And you
on.
eventually find what you're really good at, and then you put it into a bigger audience and getting feedback and seeing if you're really into this and just experimenting with different things. And that's why I like how like YouTube and like SoundCloud, because you don't have to necessarily put your things or like commit to it. You can just test it out and see how you're feeling with it and stuff, which I think is great for people that are unsure what kind of content they want to make or if they really want to do this.
Yeah, it's really, these platforms are allowing, I'm trying to figure out the best words to put this, they are allowing for the democratization of content creation influence, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because, like, some of us are YouTubers, some of us are music creators. You take, like, that's what I like, especially like the music industry, because music is an expression of emotion.
Yeah.
So when you write lyrics, you're not just writing any words, you're writing your emotions into a message that you want to share.
And that's the best way of therapy, in my opinion.
Yeah, and that's what I like about music, is if you have an emotion, there's most likely a song about it. Love, happiness, sad, anger, rage, forgiveness.
Yeah.
There's these different possibilities.
No, it's really cool how people can just do what they love and share it with other people, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though, is you have to make sure it's maintained in the same
Yeah.
way. Because I use this thing, I call it platforms for good. Because if you're promoting a bad message, obviously you're making a bad influence on the world and stuff like that. So you got to yourself to make sure you're putting out something that not only you're proud of, but is something that you would want others to see.
Also, no, another topic I was talking about, I keep seeing it everywhere. Matt, I don't know if you saw it, that rapper that got that diamond in his forehead.
Oh,
yeah. No, I don't get why celebrities just buy these ridiculous things, like, that are just unnecessary.
Yeah, I mean, there's some things that are straight up outrageous, but on the other hand, like, some obviously are kind of sponsorships almost. Yeah. So, like, their products shared, and then they get deals and they get their own
That's
stuff,
another great thing about like content creating, is you can get sponsorships and you can help other people grow that aren't even into content. You're just spreading the word for them.
Yeah, it's like sponsorships. Like, so let's say there's some companies and they'll be like, hey, so, all right, so you have a relatively big audience. You're getting out to a lot of people. You're a gamer. Here's something that we feel a lot of gamers would relate to and would possibly want.
G Fuel.
So we'll give you a deal for your audience to view this if you promote our product so that people buy it. So while they may be getting a discount and that part of it goes maybe to the channel or something, you're still getting that massive audience to come in and buying that product, and they make a profit. And
if you I don't want to say act interested, but if they see that you're interested in it, then they'll want to buy it.
Yeah. I mean, there's some creators, they are like the most, not only are they a talented creator, but they really know how to market.
Yeah, there's been a lot of times where I've really been fascinated with certain things that people on the internet, like people that get sponsors. And kind of like commercials also. Like if I see a McDonald's commercial, I'm like, dang, now I'm really craving McDonald's.
See, that was actually something we were just looking into, and this could be a good way, kind of like a closing segment almost. So this is something I was just looking into the other day, and it was for a class. And it was whether or not the fast food industry should have regulation on their advertising for their products. So what are you guys' takes on the possible regulation on those advertisements?
I think it's good because it's like keeping it under control, kind of. But I mean, I don't know. Connor, do you have a take on it?
Not really. I think there should be some regulation on it at some point, but I don't know. It depends on like how much regulation there is, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, from the article that I had to read, and that was one thing, so like we had to answer questions about it, and I didn't feel comfortable answering questions based on that one piece of evidence, because I like to be able to do that independent research. But so essentially the whole thing was like they're spending billions of dollars, and they were saying that they're targeting youth.
Yeah.
Which I understand, fast food's not the healthiest stuff, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But also at the same point, if I see one article and it just says, "Oh, they're targeting youth," give me proof.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No.
How are they?
Yeah.
And they're like, it's social media, but still, everyone uses social media now. Though youth do dominate it.
That's why a lot of advertisements are on like social media, well, like Snapchat and stuff. Like there's ads all across it and stuff. But no, there's some bad influences that I think shouldn't just like. I like the truth ads, how it's like telling you to not vape or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is one I keep seeing on YouTube all the time. It's like, if you vape, you can
And
inhale
toxic metals like nickel
metal.
and lead into your...
Prove how scary this
Yeah.
is. We built a metal monster.
But nothing is as scary as effects. Vaping can deliver toxic metals like nickel and lead that can damage your lungs.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
I know. I see. That's like the one ad I see all the time.
See, and that's what is it. You don't want to have to envision that monster every time you go and do that, so you avoid it.
And I think that was a really good way of them portraying it.
And though it's not a song, it was catchy.
Yeah, because now
Like
it's implemented into our heads. They definitely created I don't know what it's called, like a traffic source,
Stamp or an
a
image or
big
something
traffic
like that.
source, so that we would constantly see it, so that it would get stuck in our heads, and every time we go to do something, maybe we'll think of that and we'll rethink our decisions.
You know what I mean? Like you and me, we literally could say that word for word what that ad was.
Yeah.
That's memorable, and that's how you're gonna get stuff done, is make sure they remember. It's like marketing 101. Make sure they remember why it's there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I just there's still some positivity in the world. I still have hope, but
That's an ad I want to see. I want to see hope ads. I want to see what marketing teams can come up for hope.
there's a lot of like, I don't know if you guys saw it. We watched those ads in English about like the Chick-fil-A ones.
I don't think I got to see
Oh,
those.
you didn't? Oh, so it was just kind of like spend time with your not like spend time with your family, kind of. Hold on, I kind of forgot what it was, to be honest. But
Mhm.
all this girl wanted to do was like, so they tried to compare it to like this light, and this light wouldn't turn on because her parents were always busy with stuff. But then they came back, and when they all started doing things together, that light sparked back on, and like everybody started getting happy, and it was just kind of a positive message.
So while it may seem, so it's kind of like while the flame may seem extinguished, there'll always be that ember that can be resparked.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Love fire. That sounded bad.
No.
I like using fire for good. The warmth of fire.
The warmth of the fire.
Emotional.
And that's cool how like emotions can be like used in realistic terms, I guess.
So kind of like metaphorically
Yeah,
speaking. Yeah, I mean, I think that would technically go into philosophy because it's trying to put words to the basic functions of life and society. In Bill and Ted's Face the Music, I don't know if you guys seen it, But you had Socrates. He's up there and he's playing with sand. And he's like, life is like sand or something like that, and showing it falling and then just blowing on it. It was really cool.
Yeah. Nah, philosophy really interests me.
Yeah.
Like, it's...
Yeah, just to think about life and then try to put it into words that are easily comprehensible and relatable.
And people can understand. Because sometimes you, like, other people just can't understand your emotions because you don't know how to explain it. But
yeah, why does this happen? Why are people sad?
And they're just unexplainable feelings, but when you can put it into words, it's like incredible.
Yeah, so like a digital example in today's society, it'd be like, why are people sad? Well, think of it like a phone and its battery. The battery will get wind down and maybe it won't function as well.
Yeah.
And it will go down a bit. But then you recharge it, it gets repumped, and it's going hard and it's working again.
Yeah, exactly. I would definitely consider it like a type of art, I guess.
Yeah, I think, is it technically an art? I think
Yeah,
it is.
I'm pretty sure. There's a lot of questioning around it, but I'd consider it an art because it's just because of how powerful it is, kind of how art is, like any type of art, not just paintings.
This is a good answer to that question. Can philosophy be considered art? Philosophy isn't considered an art. Philosophy is art, and art is philosophy. It is the art of analytical and critical thinking, the art of the logical and illogical, the art of reasoning, but always an art.
Yeah.
Answer by Quora.com.
That is deep. That is deep.
Yeah. I don't like having to think about my definition.
You just do. But do you guys also just like sometimes get like a burst of motivation to want to do something that you don't usually do?
Yeah.
All the time.
Like some days I'll want to write a book. Some days I'll want to just paint or draw.
I can show you that after. Yeah, I have a lot of times when I feel like I want to write a book.
Dude, I really wanted to finish that book that I wrote back in 5th grade.
Oh, yeah.
But, dude, I wasn't even writing about the right thing. I was writing that a scorpion was a snake. It's a spider.
What?
Yeah, the whole time.
What? The scorpion's a snake is a spider?
Yeah, I thought it was a snake. Wait.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I was just saying that I was going around biting everyone, which, like, I guess, but no, I was just calling it a snake the whole time, and it had, like, venom, and then everybody turned into, and then everyone turned into, like, huge snake monsters, and it just kind of messed the whole book up, but...
That is weird.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought that's what it was, but, I mean, what about you? Have you had any good books that you've, like, written a little bit of?
I mean, the top book, let me see if it's still here. The longest of writing I have is it the 35? It's either 35 or it's 37 pages. And that 37 pages is just analyzing the Constitution and the historical context, and then the historical significance of it. So it's kind of like the before, during, and after of it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
30 minutes to read. Yeah.
Do you want to share a little bit of it?
No.
No? No? Is it embarrassing?
No, it's really interesting because I'm trying to figure out, because I'm trying to find a balance between two higher intellectual words and then having also make sure like the average like reader could read it.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I want an adult to be able to read it, like the average adult, but also the intellectually exceeding.
And get.
I want it for everyone to be able to read it, but at the same time, want it to sound smart.
Yeah. I want to see like a wicked smart person read something that they might find so stupid, but we find so smart. If that makes sense.
Yeah, because I mean, sometimes you'll come up with like innovative ideas and you'll write them down, and someone will be like, "Oh, that's stupid. That wouldn't work." But then another person who doesn't have like maybe some of the same experience that person does, or maybe has experience, they'll be like, "You know, that could be an idea because you think about it and add on to it."
Yeah.
Well, this has indeed been an interesting inaugural episode, I should know. What are the key takeaways that you guys are going to take away from this conversation of various topics?
For me, oh, you can go, Connor.
I was about to say Elon Musk is very cool and is doing pretty cool things.
I'm gonna elaborate on that more. I think I'm gonna try to start maybe influencing people more, trying to be different, and maybe other people will follow me in a positive way.
All right, and I think for me, what I'm going to do is, so I'm going to take this innovative ideas and apply it to that influencing, because I'm not so much intending to influence people, but I want to make sure that what I do would set a good example for someone seeing me as an influencer.
Yeah. No, that's a good point.
This has been the Eye of Us podcast. I want to thank you all for tuning in, and have a good day, good week, good night, whatever time it is. Have a good one.